Thanks for finding my channel. This is my backgammon learning journey, which I want to share with you because it's the best game ever. So let's go under the backgammon microscope. Get that backjacker split before it's too late. Okay, this will be the first of quite a few blunders that I will manage to do in live games and online games. I'm going to try and concentrate on live games because that's where the fun's at, really. Interacting with people. This was just a fun game at home, but it's just got me started. It was quite early in the game and I rolled 5-1 and chose to play that. Obviously played it far too quickly and didn't see the correct play, which was the double hit. This is what the board will look like after the double hit. As you can see, quite a strong looking position. The numbers in the middle are the figures from XG, Extreme Gammon, well in fact Extreme Gammon 2, which is a software program that analyses your play and tells you how badly you screwed up. It doesn't tell you what you did wrong. You have to work that out for yourself, which is, for me, basically all the fun. I know it's a bit nerdy, but I do quite enjoy trying to work out where I went wrong to try and improve. Anyway, this play here that I got wrong, I think it's about not getting trigger happy too early. It was too early in the game for me to be making simple, safe plays like that and not looking for aggression and not looking for things in general. I just wasn't concentrating enough. I know it was only friendly, but still. Double hits are often very strong, usually are. I can't think of too many occasions when they're not, but they usually are. And consider on this occasion, with only 3 empty home board points, once you put black on the bar twice, black is only 25% to get both checkers off the bar in one go. That's valuable knowledge. 4 open points would be 44%. That's easy to remember, 4 for 44. But it's just an indication of the momentum it can give you, putting 2 checkers on the bar. And I would also say just backgammon is about calculated risks, and it always will be. It's about sort of overall gains, positives, negatives, and overall gains to enable you to get what you need, which is a win. Just leave that there. 1, 2, 3. So this is another blunder in the same game. Don't worry, I won't have it saying blunder alert each time. That's going to drive me mad. I will include something a bit more relevant on each slide. That's my roll of double 2. That's how I played it, and I was in the mode of thinking, let's bring my checkers home safely. Whereas this is the mode I should have been in, let's get a closeout. With a closeout board, that's what it looks like afterwards. Clearly looks very strong. With a closeout board, you are clearly more likely to get a win or a gammon. The extra timing it affords us basically allows us to get more checkers closer to home, whilst black is unable to come off the bar, so that basically has to increase our winning chances. It usually increases gammon chances as well, because you often get the ability to pick up extra checkers. That doesn't apply here, and it also doesn't apply here because the gammon's impossible, as black has already taken some checkers off. But it's just indication of the fact that we should be looking for aggressive plays. If we don't look for them, we can't do them. You have to be, I think you have to be a bit greedy in backgammon sometimes and don't just settle for the win. There quite often are opportunities to get a gammon, and quite a lot of the time you'll get things wrong because you've not factored in the fact that if you do such and such, you are more likely to get a gammon over winning overall, and it can actually make things a blunder if you don't do it. So gammons are a thing to look for. This misplay is an error. XG categorises a mistake that's not quite as bad as a blunder as an error. It's between 0.02 and 0.08 in terms of equity loss of a point. That's my roll, double sixes. XG does it in green to emphasise the fact that it's only a small error. It puts blunders in red and good plays in black. Either the correct play or one's in between 0 and 0.02. That is the position after the correct play. I'm not 100% sure what's going on here, but I think it's to do with having less points to clear. And And also the cube is turned and I'm leading 4-1, so gammons are useless to me. I don't need a gammon, I just need to get home with a single point, that would be fine. The XG data says here that my play increases gammons by 1%, which we don't need, but XG's play increases wins by 2%, so that's a 1% better thing overall for XG's play, and the reason why it's probably only a small error. I think that's what's going on. It's difficult to spot, as it can be quite a lot of the time in backgammon. But I think that's about points being cleared and making it more efficient, and the fact that we're at DMP effectively. DMP stands for double match point. And your strategy at DMP is different because you're not factoring in gammons anymore, really. You're just trying to get over the line with the best play possible. Okay, this is a clip from a league match where I've rolled double 5. The race is quite close, and I decide the best thing to do is run and take an acceptable small race deficit, but it's not the right play. So let's see where I got this one wrong. This is what I was presented with, double 5, holding the 2 cube, you'll notice, and trailing by a point in a race to 11. I decided to run all the way, thinking that would get me close enough and would be better than hanging back. XG disagrees and says that hanging back is the best play. In fact, it's a double blunder pretty much, to run all the way. So basically what's happened is rolling the big double has got me thinking that, oh, I should run, that's a big double, it's getting me close enough. It's not the best play for a number of reasons. I've obviously got plenty of timing left, I can see that, I don't know why I thought I didn't. I need to notice that my opponent has an odd number of checkers on his 8 point. That basically means that in a roll or two he might roll something that forces him to leave a shot. Gammons aren't a concern, so I shouldn't be worried about getting hit with a lone checker because I've got time to get it round. So it is worth holding on a bit longer. And just because I rolled a big double doesn't mean that I should go with both of those checkers just yet. It's a bit like rolling. It's a bit like being dealt aces in poker and it completely screwing up the way you play them because you think you're supposed to do a certain thing. It's not. A double in this situation doesn't mean you have to go. Just weigh up the situation and go, hang on, I've got plenty of timing left. My opponent could still get into trouble. I'm not going to be gammoned. Of course I should wait, which is absolutely what I should have done. This is still the league match I played in the pub. It's now 0-3. I've got the cube. And this is an example of where it all goes a bit wrong because I look at an initial play, change my mind, and then once I've gone down the new line of thinking, I haven't realised that there's a better way of playing within that line of thinking. Doesn't come across well on the video here, but I'll explain what I mean shortly. That's my roll, 5-2. I initially looked at playing 24-22, and then thought, well, I can hit 6-1, and then thought, well, that'll leave 2 blots, which made me think, why don't I hit twice? That'll leave 2 blots, but hitting twice is better than hitting once. And because I'd been thinking about playing 24-22, which then got me into thinking to hit once and then hit twice, I forgot or didn't realise that if we ignore 24-22 as a concept, if we just play 6-4 as a cover and 6-1 as a hit, then we've achieved more in total. We've got 1 hit, 1 blot. That's a lot better than 2 hits, 2 blots in this situation because we don't really want too many checkers sent back. I've missed the obvious play really just through thinking about the wrong thing initially and then not backtracking. I think that happens quite a lot in backgammon. But I think this is quite a good example of it anyway. Okay, another one from a league match held in the pub. Because of the score, I am aware that I need to double, but clearly here I haven't even considered it. And it's pretty much because I have 2 checkers on the bar, which is, as we'll discover, not a good enough reason to not consider offering the cube. That's the position I was presented with, where I just rolled on and didn't even look at it. But actually XG says, look, now's the time to double, and if you don't, it's a double blunder. So the match score is important. I'm 7 away, my opponent's 2 away. So if I'm cubing, he's probably going to drop because he doesn't want to run the risk of being gammoned and it getting the score being much closer. If he loses this and stays 9-5, he's in great shape. So it's leaning towards an opponent drop, just generally. As I said, I was aware that I needed to cube, but I didn't because pretty much I had 2 on the bar, so I didn't even consider it. And that's pretty much a rookie error, I think. A cube is a cube when the time is right, and that can be with 2 on the bar. look at the position. I've got two of my opponent's checkers trapped behind a gapped 5 prime, which is pretty strong. I have 11 rolls to hit from the bar, and yes, I'm only 44% to get them both off in one go. It's very likely that I will get them off in 2 go with 4 empty points. I'm basically in pretty good shape, and now is the time to send that cube. Thanks for watching my video. Hopefully you'll join me another time soon.